The darkness he carried was our sin, past, present, and future. He willingly experienced God-forsakenness for your salvation. He was able to say, my God, why have you forsaken me? So that our sin would never separate us from God. He did it so you would never be forsaken.
You know, we've preached for years the church is more than a building and the church is more than what happens on Sunday. And now with this coronavirus, we're forced to put that into practice. We're kind of put our money where our mouth is. And so we've got families meeting across the community in their living rooms for worship. And we're trying to be the church in kind of an unusual way right now. But it's been really good for us in that sense because it's forced us to get back to what's most important in our lives, and that's our faith and our family. I love the way that our staff has adapted quickly. Our children's ministry and our student ministry have adapted to doing online and virtual ministry, and we've got some great volunteers that have stepped up. Our technical director, Scott Albert, is a volunteer, and he's here putting in a lot of extra hours and a lot of extra time to film services and do online church. Takes a lot more than just showing up on a Sunday, and so the volunteers and our staff have been incredible. I just think people are looking for some hope and encouragement. I mean, the news is we've had a string of probably the last 3 weeks of nothing but bad news, and so there's only so much the system can take of all that bad news, and I feel like a lot of folks are just looking for some good news, and what we've been trying to do is just talk about the good news. I scrapped the series that I was in and just went straight to the Gospels. And so we've been talking about the good news of Jesus, and I think people are hungry for that right now. You know, there's a lot of great churches streaming online services right now. And so if you've been thinking about checking out church, but just kind of hated to step foot in the door, I would encourage you to check them out. You know, just on my feed a minute ago, Zion Presbyterian and Connection Church and First Family. I mean, there's a ton of great churches out there streaming services, and so go watch them. Yeah, Easter's online this year, and we never thought we'd have a situation where we weren't able to celebrate Easter together as a family. But we're trying to encourage people to make that a little extra special. We're encouraging people to go ahead and get dressed up and take the family pictures just like they would every Easter, but they'll just be doing it in their living rooms. We're going to have a special time of communion together, kicking off a new series. In some ways, it's kind of like the first Easter, because the first Easter was not a big, large celebration of all the Christians. It was disciples gathered in their homes and upper rooms, scattered, scared, and wondering what was going to happen next. And so that's the way we are. We're scattered in our rooms, in our living rooms, scared and wondering what's going to happen next, but Jesus is still risen and Easter's not canceled.